Hello, welcome to another Real Housewives chart reading. My name is Karen Yatzko, this is Karen Yatzko Astrology, and today we're doing Robyn Dixon.
Don't let the green eyes fool you. I'm as real as they come.
I think I like Robyn.
Oh.
I don't dislike Robyn. It's hard to have a strong opinion about Robyn.
I think I choked on a hairball.
But anyway, I have that she was born on March 31st, 1979 in Baltimore, Maryland. So no birth times, of course, no rising, no houses. Not gonna be super in depth, so let's get to it.
Let's do it!
Okay, so here is the lovely chart according to the information I have. So one of the things that's always been, not always, one of the things that is weird about Robyn, in my opinion, is that she is an Aries sun. Cause she does not give strong Aries energy to me.
And Robyn and I follows, right, okay.
But one of the things that, there's a couple things that temper it. One of the things is she does have strong, water. Like her chart has mostly water energy, and she has, if you look over here actually, you can kind of see, this is like a little chart that they do for astro.com. If we take away the ascendant, because we don't actually know that that's her ascendant, she still would mostly have water signs. So a water heavy chart that tends to be more of a more sensitive, a little more flowy. It can be a very intense flow, or it can kind of be a go with the flow. And I think Robyn is more of a go with the flow. But anyway, she does have an Aries sun. So there is that spark and that passion there.
Practice. If there is a sports activity, Lord, Robyn's gonna win. Get away from me! Time out!
And I do think she is very daring with her wig choices, if nothing else. She does have, she has an energy of wanting to do new things. Like she had that, what was it? Houses? Flipping houses. She flipped, a house. I don't know about plural. She did the hats. She had some weird business thing. Like she likes to start projects. Like she does, that is a very Aries aspect. And it is kind of an impatient sign. I don't really know if she's that impatient. But there does tend to be this like strong start and then kind of falls off after that. It's not great with the follow through. And I do think that is a little something with her.
It started with one implication and it turned into...
But it is a very strong sign. Some of the things that I also think temper it when we look in the chart is she has her sun opposite Pluto. A little opposite. It's kind of, yeah, that's opposite. And with an opposition, it's something that you grow from. So even though it's difficult, especially when like you're a kid or you're growing up, even later in life, it is hard to bring the energies together because they're button heads. But ultimately, you're supposed to grow from that and bring those two energies together. So the sun having an Aries with this spark and this fire and this passion, and beginning anew. It's about the new because it's the start of the zodiac. having it opposite Pluto, which is all about endings and rebirth, and having it in Libra, which is a lot about figuring out balance in life. That kind of fiery passion could be, you know, pulling the more balance in a weird way, or trying to figure out what is new and what is old. It's very difficult. And it actually is also 150 degrees from her Saturn, and that's the word that I can't say. But basically when that happens, those two planets, they don't know how to interact. Like with the opposition, you want to get them integrated, and I guess you'd want to get this integrated too, but it's pretty much not gonna happen. So the sun, that personality, that most present self, is having a really hard time accessing the planet of hard work and the planet of testing and coming up from the challenges in life. That's hard in her personality, and I think we've seen that a lot on the show, especially right now with Juan. And he's so hot. Why is he an asshole?
How about don't talk about Juan no more?
Anyway, yeah, she's having a hard time right now finding that motivation, and I do think that is also present in the water signs, which I'll talk a little bit about in a second, because I do want to touch on the moon really quick, because the moon is in Taurus, and having a moon in Taurus, it is all about comfort. It's all about surrounding yourself with ease a little bit. There is hard work with a Taurus moon, but it's more of like a slow and steady. That spark that should be there with Aries maybe gets also a little bit tampered with the Taurus moon, because you're not gonna budge a Taurus.
I have absolutely no idea why Spaghetti Arms picking a fight with Money Mayweather Robyn. Why?
Like they are stubborn and they are in place. They don't like moving. So that's a little bit about the moon. So with the water signs, in theory, she has two grand trines, which actually make up a kite. I don't really know entirely if this is a true grand trine, so that you can kind of tell what I'm talking about here, because it's a big ass triangle. So what that means, trines in general, it brings ease and kind of like a luck almost type of thing. And with a grand trine, that's really just like, this part of yourself is so innate and so easy that it can almost become a burden, because you've never had to really work hard in that realm. So when challenges present itself, it's not always easy to bring yourself back up. It just got really dark outside. Anyway, but because of that, having it in a water sign especially, there can be almost like depressive episodes from that, because it is such a feeling place that you kind of need to escape from it, and you need, and sometimes it's hard to pick yourself back up after a challenge like that. So the reason I say I'm not entirely sure is because you see these numbers here. This is her Jupiter. It's at 29 degrees in Cancer, and Neptune here is in 20 degrees of Scorpio. And to me, I'd say that's a little far for a trine, the way that I look at it. I tend to like, especially for something like a grand trine, I do tend to like it a little bit closer together. But I do also somewhat see how that could affect her. But if that is a grand trine, we then do also have to take into account that this is actually a kite. So the kite, you can also pretty much see, it's this kind of diamond. It's made up of some sextiles, some trines, and then one big opposition. And with a kite, it actually is a little bit, it brings that tension and that difficulty to all the ease going on that does actually let you grow from this, rather than just having to overcome this weird, like, I'm so good at everything. One thing went wrong and you fall apart. How do you pick yourself up from that? With the opposition, that kind of builds in that immediate, like, things don't just work out so well that once you fall, it's impossible to get up. Like, it becomes easier. And for her, that opposition is in with the moon and with Neptune. So to me, this has a lot to do with just strange big obstacles. 'Cause the moon likes that ease and that comfort of Taurus, and not Neptune, it's Uranus. Why do I always say this? This is Uranus, everybody. I do know this. So Uranus is that planet of change and throwing things off and getting things mixed up. And we can see that with, I guess she's had trouble with money.
Go for my face if I choke you out with this umbrella. Think it's a game. So you can turn around and sue me and have all your dreams come true. Yeah, see, like, where you been?
Big troubles with money twice. So I guess we can kind of see that comfort that she, like, wants to enjoy, and having that kind of maybe throw in of money, and then having to dig into the muck of, like, what's my relationship, what's my how am I gonna support my kids, all this type of stuff.
Why are you still doing worried about my life?
That tension might be helping this kind of ease, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to know for sure. I would really want to know exactly which houses these are in before I really would say, like, definitively, yes, I think this is a grand trine, which makes this a kite. But I'm curious where they are. I do think something major, I think, like maybe one of these points, I think maybe like the sun or the moon or Uranus. I think there has to be something like in the second house and the eighth house, because those have to do with money, and it has to do with other things as well. It's very value based, but because she's had problems in those areas of her life, I feel like maybe this opposition is actually in the second and eighth house. Maybe the sun is in one of these houses, just because, like,
Get a few more in your bank account, then we can compete. Okay, honey?
the girl can't. The girl doesn't know how to handle money. Anyway, that's Robyn. You know, I do love her and Giselle. I think one without the other would make me sad.
And then these two green-eyed bandits, mean girls, whatever you want to call them, Pinky and the Brain over here want to be making jokes.
Anyway, bye.